music isn't just sound. It's a kind of magic that hits you right in the chest and completely resets your soul. In a world full of noise and daily stress, we're about to take you on a musical journey unlike anything you've experienced before. We've gathered the absolute masterpieces from history's most iconic and diverse singers, songs so powerful they won't just melt your stress away, they'll have you captivated for every single second of this video. Today, we aren't just playing the hits, we're diving into the legendary tracks and the mind-blowing hidden stories behind them that will literally transport you to another dimension. But here is the catch. Every single chapter of this video holds a new secret and a melody so soothing you won't be able to look away. And you have to stick around for the historical masterpiece we've saved for the very end. Trust me, if you miss that one, you're missing the very soul of music itself. So sit back, put your headphones on, block out the world for a few minutes, and stay with us right until the end. Because this unforgettable ride of pure emotion, chills, and musical genius is starting right now. Number 1, Thriller by Michael Jackson. Midnight had always belonged to the monsters, but in the winter of 1983, a solitary pop star decided to steal the darkness for himself. A strange, undeniable tension hung in the air of the recording studio as a team of master musicians realized they weren't just cutting another track, they were attempting to summon a cultural ghost. At the time, the music industry was essentially a graveyard of predictable, safe formulas, completely unprepared for a visionary who wanted to transform an infectious funk groove into a terrifying cinematic nightmare. The concept sounded like absolute madness to the executives, a 14-minute, horror-themed short film that would cost an astronomical fortune and risk alienating a mainstream audience. Yet, beneath the graveyard fog and the rotting prosthetic makeup, there was a meticulous, obsessive genius at work. When the heavy creak of the crypt doors finally echoed through televisions across the globe, followed by the chilling, unmistakable baritone of a horror legend dripping with theatrical dread, a collective shiver ran down the spine of an entire generation. He didn't just break the fragile infrastructure of a fledgling MTV. He permanently erased the boundary separating a simple promotional clip from a Hollywood blockbuster. Streets would literally empty when the broadcast aired, families huddling around the glow of the screen, mesmerized by an army of the undead moving in perfect, supernatural synchronization. In a single, masterful stroke of terrifying brilliance, he proved that to reach the absolute, untouchable pinnacle of human adulation, sometimes you have to invite the whole world to dance with the dead. Number 2. Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. It was the bass line that almost never happened, buried under industry paranoia and a legendary producer's doubt, yet it became the undeniable heartbeat of a generation. Quincy Jones hated the introduction. He argued that it was far too long, famously claiming you could shave in the time it took for the actual melody to kick in. But a young Michael Jackson stood his ground, quietly but firmly replying that the extended groove was exactly what made him want to dance. And when the future king of pop told you a beat compelled him to move, you didn't argue. The early 1980s music industry was fiercely segregated, with MTV operating as a rock-centric club that strictly resisted playing black artists. Michael wasn't just trying to make a catchy record. He was quietly plotting to completely demolish a cultural wall. The true inspiration behind the track was deeply unsettling, born from the terrifying real-life experiences of obsessive groupies who had stalked him and his brothers during the Jackson 5 era. He channeled that intense, suffocating paranoia, the dread of false accusations, and the crushing weight of global fame into a hypnotic, brooding masterpiece. when he finally debuted the live performance at the Motown 25 television special, pop culture fractured into a distinct before and after. He stepped into the spotlight wearing a black fedora and a single sequined glove, struck a pose, and then delivered the moonwalk. In less than 3 seconds of effortlessly gliding backwards across the stage, he didn't just cement the track's iconic status, he altered the DNA of entertainment forever. The song forced a stubborn television network to integrate its playlist, shattered global sales records, and proved that a piece of art born from profound anxiety and fear could ultimately unite the entire world on the dance floor. Number 3, I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. They were just a group of factory town kids rehearsing in a cramped living room, but they were about to unleash a sound so explosive it would hijack the global charts in a matter of weeks. Picture this, it's 1969, and Motown Records is desperately searching for a fresh, massive act to define the incoming decade. Enter 5 brothers from Gary, Indiana, carrying hand-me-down instruments and a raw, electrifying energy that left record executives completely speechless. The real secret weapon, however, was anchored right in the front, a literal child whose vocal chops packed the soulful grit and emotional depth of a grown man who had already endured a lifetime of heartbreak. When they hit the recording studio, the producers pushed them to their absolute limits, demanding flawless perfection over a dizzying, relentlessly upbeat bass line that was notoriously difficult for even seasoned musicians to master. Then came their national television debut, a high-stakes make-or-break moment broadcast directly into millions of living rooms. The second the infectious piano intro dropped and that young prodigy belted out his famous, commanding opening notes, the audience was instantly mesmerized. They completely demolished the traditional boundaries of what a youth pop group could be, blending airtight choreography with a ferocious funk groove that nobody had ever witnessed before. That single fiery performance catapulted them from local talent show winners into overnight international phenomena, setting an unprecedented world record by having their first 4 singles smash straight to #1. More than half a century later, that frantic, joyous anthem still instantly commands any dance floor, proving that true generational talent doesn't need to come of age before it completely rewrites the rules of music history. If this musical journey touched your soul, hit that like button and subscribe for more unforgettable vibes. See you in the next video.